Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay. Make sure this is working okay. We've got 10 people in the room right now. Fantastic. I hear that everyone can see and hear me now. So let's get started. Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank you so much for joining us. My name is James Morris. I'm the CEO of Container Labs. Today, I'm going to take you through a full demonstration of our, thank you, Ray, a full demonstration of our Libra job evaluation system. I'll start off by telling you a little bit about myself and my company, and then I'll get straight into the software and show you how it all works. And then after that, I'll tell you how you can sign up and use the service. And then if you see there's a chat box where you can talk amongst yourselves as I go through the demonstration. And some of my colleagues are available to sort of talk to you as you go through. But there's also a question section. So at the end, if you have any questions that arise, just please put them in there and I'll answer any questions just before we wrap up. I've both said this would take about 30 minutes, but it might be a bit quicker. Okay. So just to start with, my name's, as I said before, James Morris. My background's in project management and a little bit of web development and product design. Last couple of years, I've been working for the government in Jersey, working on their version of Agenda for Change. So they use the same job evaluation system as you do in the NHS. And I learned the unique difficulties of trying to arrange panels and accurately record information. At the same time, myself and my colleague, co-founder, Will Beebe, set up our company, Container Labs, to develop new software. And this was the sort of first product we really wanted to have a go at because I knew it was a difficult challenge to solve and that there wasn't really anyone offering anything new or exciting way to solve this problem. So it's called Libra. It's a cloud-based system, and it is completely secure. All the data is stored on UK servers, and we don't really hold any personal information, so it's GDPR compliant. Right now, the system is being used being piloted by Southport and Ormskirk Hospital, and I'm delighted to announce that Liverpool Heart and Chest have just moved on to us, are preparing to move on to our system as well from another system. So that's fantastic. It's a fantastic start because it's just come to market just now. We can set up the system very quickly. As you'll see in a moment, it's very straightforward, but we can also upload any legacy data from Cage or from Excel spreadsheets or from IGES. Any systems that you're using, we can, for free of charge, put the legacy data straight up onto the system, no problem. Okay. So there's a lot of features to go through, and it's probably best if I show you them. So let me just share my screen with you now. Okay. Let me just log out of here. Okay, so this is the homepage. So you log in. It's cloud-based. You can access it from anywhere. So you just log in as you'd expect. We'll set up with accounts. Now, it's really important where we start to just explain this side panel here. So this is our navigation on the side. What we have here is, we'll start here with users. So what we have is two levels of accounts in Libra. We have admin accounts, and we have, oh, hold on, I'm just being told in the chat that you're having issues streaming and hearing me. Well, I'll crack on because there's always a replay available to watch at the end. So if you do have to drop out because it's not working, then perhaps we can arrange for you to watch the replay afterwards. I think that's probably best instead of me stopping. So going back to what I was saying, we have full user management in the system. So you have administrator accounts and we have panel member accounts. So when you set up a new member, it's as simple as just filling in their name and email. We don't need any more information than that. And then from there, you can select whether or not they're an admin or just a panel member, or you can disable them, do password resets, or delete the account. So really easy, straightforward user account management. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this first is because on the side here, you have this home box at the top. This home box is what panel members would see, and then these are all admin controls below it. So for the purposes of this demo, I am both admin and a panel member. So you'll see me jump back and forth between the two, and I'll explain when I'm doing that. But that's just to give you an idea of what's happening and how the flow works. So Libra works to start with on a concept of jobs. So when the administrator receives a job in, perhaps a line manager wants a job regraded or there's a new role, simply come into here, add a new job. We can call it test job 2. Give it a generic number. Job number is your own unique identifier. You can call it whatever you like, whatever reference number works for you. And then we've got a post number field in here, which is optional. It might help you link it back to your employee system, HR system, but it's entirely up to you. We can drag and drop files in here or click it and select. I'll do that just now. So you can upload job descriptions or org charts, things like that, no problem. So just as easy as that, we've set up a job. Once the job is in the queue, this is your sort of queue. So the administrator knows as these pile up, these are jobs that need to go to panel. Yes, still some people having issues. That's unfortunate. But like I say, maybe it's best to just come back and watch the replay. So as the job queue fills up, you then book panels as you normally would by email or what have you. And in the system, all you do is you assign panel members to the job. So I'm going to assign Jack, I'm going to assign myself, and I'm going to assign Will. So those so now when I jump to so that's the admin view, and now I'm going to be a panel member. So I'm going to jump to my home screen as a panel member. I can access this at any point of the day, from home, at work, whatever. I can log on and I can see that I've got a job in the queue. So when the panel day comes, I log in, one of the users will log in, and they can match the job from here. So if I click match, it'll take me to the matching form. Now it's pre-filled in the job title and the job number and the panel members. Automatically selects today's date, but you can change it. There's an optional field here for a job summary. I know some trusts like to write job summaries before they start matching. And we have the full NHS profile database here in this application. So, and it's searchable as well. So if I wanted to find a nurse, scroll down, and let's use nurse community. So it brings up the job statement from the profile here. You can see that there. And it also brings up the scores. And inside each line, it contains the text of each factor in the line, and it's collapsible. So as you're going along, you can look at it, but it doesn't have to take up any room, and you don't have to switch them back and forth between tabs. It's all in one place. When you select scores, it'll tell you if it is a match, a variant, or a non-match. I'll just put them all as matches for now. I'm just going to quickly grab some generic Latin text to fill into here. Okay, so in here you can copy and paste and expand, no issue. I can type and I can return, and there's no problems. So what I'm going to do is just very quickly, it's a little tedious, but I'm just going to pop in some text into each of these. for the sake of the demonstration. There's nothing quite as exciting as watching someone fill in a job matching form. I'll try and do it quickly. It's really, really simple to use, very intuitive, and sort of and very responsive as well. So it's really easy to type into. You won't get spacing issues. You won't get unnecessary carriage returns or anything like that. Okay, and I'll just quickly fill in the scores so you can see what's happening. I'll put them all as matches to start with, and then you can see what happens when I change it. Nearly there. One of the key problems we wanted to solve with this was sort of the accuracy of the record keeping all information in one place regarding the match, so that all your information is one place and it's easy. So what we have here then is, you can see it's matched the profile match because it is sort of a flawless match, no variations. If I make that a variation there, you'll see it still matches, it's still within band, but there it is now a band match. And then if I turn this into, I'll turn that one into a non-match, turn this one into a non-match, it tells you it's a non-match. So now, if I want to, so we're done, we're happy, the panel's completed the job. I want to save it. So if I click save, just checks, makes double sure that I want to do this. So I click save. It's warned me that I haven't filled in this last evidence box, and it will warn you any sort of thing that was left open or unfilled in. It'll warn you about that. So I'll just type something in there, and we're ready to submit. Okay, so that's my role as a panel member done. Also, I forgot to mention, but the whole time, the file I uploaded, the job description, was available at the bottom of the form. So the panel members could see the evidence all in one place. They don't have to send it to them via email. So they can even look at it before the actual panel if they wanted to familiarize themselves with it. Okay, so that's my role as a panel member done. Now, as you all know, the next process is to have it consistency checked. So if we go back to our job queue, you'll see that the job has left our unmatched queue and entered our matched queue, and it's ready for consistency. So if we go to the consistency tab, again, remember this is the admin doing this, you can see this job is ready for consistency. So you can assign a consistency panel. I'm just going to put myself and Jack. That's it. That's my admin role complete. That's now awaiting a consistency panel. I've booked the consistency panel, and those users now have access to see that. If I go back to being a panel member, I log in, I have my consistency checking queue. So this is below my matching queue, my consistency checking queue. I can have a little look at it here. I can see the full match. I can see all the information, I can see who matched it, and I can sort of read through and do my consistency check. Now, if I think something's not quite right, I think maybe factor 16 needs to be a 3, I can write a comment. I think that it should be a 3, and I can reject that. Now, if I approved it, it would be done. It would go straight off into the database. It would be finished. But now I'm rejecting it because I want them to have another look at it. I reject it, and you can see, and normally you wouldn't have the same people on the consistency panel as the main panel, but for gone straight into my review queue. So I can see clearly that there's a change being requested. If I click rematch, it brings up the form again, and it'll open up all the original scores that we saw before, but I can change them this time, and I can read the comments from the consistency panel at the bottom, and actually in this case I agree. I think we got it wrong the first time. I'm going to change that to a 3. I'm going to save it. That then goes back into the consistency queue, and we can see that they've changed it now, and I can approve it, and it's done. So that's it end to end. That's the job in, job out. Then what happens is you have this results tab here. This is just a complete database of all your matches, and this is where your legacy results will go as well. So if you've got results from Cage or on an Excel spreadsheet, we'll upload them and we'll put them in here, so you'll be able to view them in here. The database is completely downloadable, so you can download it into Excel, and I'll show you what that looks like just now. So it comes down. Excel never looks particularly attractive, but as it pulls down all the raw information that you can manipulate and look at. And also, you can, so if we go to our test job 2, if I look at it, I can see all the information again, but also there is I can see the documents attached and any comments that were made, but also I can print a PDF. So if I hit print, I'll just open this up now. You can then, the administrator can now distribute this result in its entirety, and it's anonymized, so there's no names on it or anything. And that's your sort of output there. So the process is done, and the match is complete. Okay, so that's the system end to end. If I come back now and I turn my screen off, try to turn my screen off. That's not letting me. So that's the demonstration. Just talk a little bit more about its availability. So it's a cloud-based service. It's a subscription service, and it is available on a monthly basis. So it's available for £83 per month, which is just under £1,000 a year. That's a third of the price of anything else on the market. And not only that, we don't use a minimum year's term. So you can sign up for a month, and if you don't like it, you can take all your data back, just as easy as clicking that download button, and you can unsubscribe. So there's no sort of minimum term. We're very confident in the product, and we think that it'll save you a lot of time and make your lives easier. So we're not looking to do minimum terms at this point. If you are interested, if you want maybe a further demo and have a conversation, you can contact myself at james@containerlabs.io. My email address was all over the invites to this webinar, and we can set you up very quickly. So I think we'll be releasing this version of Libra on the 1st of April. So from there, basically, if you were to get in contact in the short term, we could get you on as early as that. There are user guides and things to go through everything I just showed you, but you can see it is very simple to use, very straightforward. So it doesn't really require any sort of training, and you can start using it before you upload any of your legacy results. So if there was a delay in getting the data to us or something like that, it's still useful. So I mean, that's in a nutshell. If we've got any questions, let me just have a little look back at the page. No questions. Hopefully I've been thorough. If you do have any further questions after this, or you want to ask anything else, please feel free to just email me. Oh, hold on, I've got a question. Once you assign someone to the consistent stage, it doesn't at the moment. Right now, we're leaving all contact to the administrator. But one thing that's really important about, and probably I haven't said actually, so thanks for reminding me, is that this service is the idea is that we're going to keep improving it. We're going to keep adding new features, and we're going to keep listening to sort of user feedback. So if you did want automated emails, that's definitely something we could look at. Right now, we're leaving all contact, booking panels, and notifications to the administrator to do via email. But there's no reason why the system couldn't do it, because we hold their emails for the sake of the account. So yeah, it absolutely could do that. Oh, there's another question. Right now, no. So no, Becky. No automatic emails right now. The idea is that the administrators booking panels, and this is just a central hub for those for all the information and the place to do it. But like I say, if that was something that was desirable, automatic emails are completely achievable because we hold the emails accounts in the system. Oh, that's a really interesting question, Paula. So at consistency, the question is, at consistency stage, can we compare like for like? So right now, you'd have to have a different tab open and compare back and forth. There is no side-by-side comparison. But like I said, in sort of our roadmap for planned releases, we are envisaging a section of the app where you could put two matches together and go side by side. So that's definitely something that's already on our sort of roadmap. And I think the real message about this service is that while we could build something that we think you guys would want, we've already developed the app so much with feedback from Southport that we're really keen to develop based on actual user requests. Yes, so Julie, the annual fee is £1,000 a year, and the minimum term is 1 month. It isn't a year, so it's just 1 month. So it's paid monthly, and it just adds up to £1,000 a year. And you can withdraw after just a month. There's no minimum sign up. Any other questions, or did you hear me okay that time, Julia? I know your feed keeps breaking up. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, then I thank you very much for all your time. Oh, great, Julie heard me. So I thank you very much for all your time, and hope to hear from you all soon. And if you do think of anything else after this point, please just email me. I'm happy to talk, or call me. It's sort of my phone number is on my email signature, so please do feel free to contact me whenever. Oh, got a question from Jack. Okay. So so this link that you all followed to come to this webinar, immediately after I close this, it will be available. The replay will be available to watch immediately. So you can share that to anyone else you might find of interest, and they can watch it in its entirety from the beginning. Becky, yeah, I'm more than happy to do a demonstration to anybody, whether or not it's remotely or if you want me to travel. I'd be absolutely delighted to show the system up close and personal. Absolutely. This was just an introduction. This was just to sort of give you a flavor of what it does and where it is at in its current development, and how if you get involved now, that you'll have direct input into its future development. Okay, wonderful. Got maybe another question coming from Julie. Well, thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming and spending the time. So our current customer base, like I say, the product just launched, but our current customer base is Southport and Ormskirk Hospital and Liverpool Chest and Heart, and also bizarrely a private company here in Jersey that also uses the scheme, the Ports of Jersey. So yeah, we've got 3 clients signed up to the system right now, but we've just launched. So yeah, this is our big sort of introduction. Can just see someone else is typing. like I say, if anyone else in your organization sort of wants to see firsthand how the system worked or wants to hear this, you can just send them the link and they can watch it again. Paul, yeah, so absolutely, we could definitely we could either sign up for just 1 month and just have a go and have a play with it, or we could give you sort of a demo, which would just let you just sort of play around with it. You can't break it, so absolutely give you a demo account and you can just you know, sort of test out how it works, see how it works for you, and yeah, absolutely no problem. If you email me after this, I'll be happy to get that sorted for you straight away. It's great that so many of you turned up for this. Awful lot of people registered for it. A lot of them emailed me beforehand to say that they were going to have to watch the replay because they had other commitments. But it's so your questions would be really helpful for them as well. So I do appreciate it. Fantastic. Okay, I don't see anyone else typing. So again, huge thank you from myself and from Will and Jack and the whole team here at Container Labs. Looks like I'm contacting you from the past. I'm not a time traveler. It looks like 70s wallpaper. I'm in a working space here. But I thank you so much. And hopefully I'll hear from you all soon. Okay. Goodbye.